this is why you should read Komi Can't Communicate. The story starts off with our lead protagonist, Komi, and she's not able to communicate with anyone. People think that she's standoffish and that she thinks that she's better than everyone. They call her the goddess. In fact, she just can't talk to people. She has what they call communication disorder. So our story starts off with her meeting this new kid as they're going to this new school together, and his name is Tadano. And through a series of events where he's trying to get to know her, he comes to find out that she's actually not this figure that he can't talk to, and that she thinks that she's better than everyone. She's terrified to even say good morning to someone. And through talking through on a chalkboard with each other, they're able to communicate and become friends. So from this, we learn that Komi wants to make 100 friends, and Tadano's her first one. So from that, she has 99 left. She has this group of people who basically worship her like she is a god. And she talks by writing to Tadano. Tadano eventually does learn how to communicate with Komi without needing to have things written down. He can just kind of tell how she feels. Really cool features that happen in this a lot is Komi has cat-like features for some reason. She'll get cat ears and a tail. And in one of the scenes when she's drawing on the chalkboard, she has paws as well. I don't entirely get it, but it's kind of funny. She also has cat eyes. So it'll be like almond shape with like very thin. I don't entirely get it, but it's there. One of the things that she does tell Tadano in one of the first parts of this is that in middle school she ate lunch alone. She had no one to talk to, no one to even ask her how her day was. And she felt this crippling fear of being lonely forever. And would this be her life for the rest of her life? But that's why there's this goal to make 100 friends. So after that, Tadano introduces Komi to Najimi. And we don't entirely know their gender, because in middle school they dressed as a boy, and now in high school they dress as a girl. We just kind of roll with it and say we're cool with it, and we are. But Najimi is extremely terrified of Komi because Najimi has lots and lots and lots of friends, basically knows everyone in the school, and has some kind of past with them. The only person that doesn't have that is Najimi. She can't read Komi at all. But through working with Komi and all that, they eventually do become friends. One of the first hangout things that they do together is that Najimi has Komi go and get coffee, but not something that you can just order off of the menu. She has something that you need to special order and mix together, kind of like those like Starbucks secret item drinks. You have to mix like a bunch of stuff together. And while doing this, the barista kind of doesn't understand what Komi wants and kind of just assumes, I guess, what she wants and gives her this drink, and she comes back with it, and everyone's like, this is not what I ordered. What? But they're fine with it. And then after that, we meet another girl, and her name is Agiri, I think is how you pronounce it. And for lack of a better term, she's Komi's dog. I guess the best way to describe it is that she's Komi's slave. It's very strange. She likes to get belittled by Komi. It's very, very, very strange. I don't entirely understand the whole relationship between the two, but hey, it's there, and we're okay with it because it's a gag manga. Whatever. And through meeting Komi, Agiri actually has this really bad, I can't remember if it's a stutter or if it's a problem with her, not inflection, but the volume of her voice, where when she says something, she can't really get it out, or it's too quiet and people don't hear her. Well, Komi really wants to be friends with her and is trying to walk up to her and interact with her. And Agiri thinks that she's coming to kill her. And so she's running down the halls to tell the class that, hey, gym isn't being held in the gym, it's being held in, I think, like outside or something like that. And because she's being chased by Komi, she's able to get this out and tell everyone without having this stutter or, having everyone hear her. And so Agiri is overcome with joy because of this. And she's able to do this, and now she's eternally grateful to Komi. Later on in the manga, we get another little snippet into Komi's life. Komi's never had a cell phone. She is living well into the 21st century and doesn't have a cell phone. So her dad finally gives her one. And it's one of those like old-timey flip phones, the dumb phones. And, oh, hi. Cat, just like Komi. And it's one of those dumb phones. And one of the things that Komi is really, really happy with now is that now she's able to have people's phone numbers, and so she has this phone now that she has, and she can now have people's phone numbers and stuff. And one of the first ones that she wants is Tadano's, and you can tell that there's this like budding romance between the two, and it's very, very cute because they're very clumsy when they're talking about it. And so not only does she get Tadano's, but she gets Najimi and Agiri. I think I'm saying that right. I could be saying that wrong. I don't know. And she has their phone numbers in her phone. And when she goes home and she's just kind of relaxing at home, one of the things that she does is that she's playing with it, and she selects Tadano's number and she holds it up to her ear. Well, in the owner's manual, it says that when you hold it up to, like when you select the person's name and you hold it up to your ear, it'll automatically dial. And this is the first time Tadano has actually heard Komi's voice after this call. She's terrified and hangs up immediately. And then Tadano calls back and is like, hey, is everything okay? Did you try to call me? And then Komi gives this spiel about how you've reached the wrong number or something like that, or this number is no longer in service. And then Tadano's like, huh? And then she's like, sorry, I called you by accident. And then Tadano is smitten. He loves her voice, thinks it's beautiful and, amazing. And then volume 1 ends with Komi becoming president. She doesn't want to be, but everyone thinks that she's amazing and the best person. Basically, that like she has no flaws whatsoever. And she kind of gets forced into becoming the class president. And that's kind of how it ends. And then we get a couple like little side stories and stuff like that to kind of round out the whole thing. So I think that this manga has a lot of potential, and I know that there's an anime and a live action movie coming soon, or not movie, TV show. But I think this is a really good series that I think everyone that reads manga should pick up. And it doesn't matter if you like the shonen battle, if you like romance, if you like, kind of just the whole gambit of it. It's one to pick up because it's very wholesome. It's one of those ones that you can read after like a stressful day and kind of just relax with it. And that's why I think you guys should try and pick this up. Read the whole series. I know it's still being produced, but it's a good one. So Komi is what they call either a yankoma or a tankoban, which basically means it's a 4-panel gag manga. And if you look while you're reading, it almost every single page is 4 panels. And these are the kind of like gag manga, the kind of slice of life that everyone kind of talks about. It doesn't really have like a huge direction in the story, but it kind of tells the story. Really? So a lot of slice of life manga is like that, where it's this kind of like 4-panel gag kind of manga. But Komi does kind of have a loose story overall to it, because in later volumes, she does eventually buy a dress, and she wears that dress to other places, like when she goes to hang out with like different groups of friends and stuff. All right, guys. So I'm not much of a rating person, but I'm gonna. The way I would like to do this is kind of give a rating, kind of not. I don't think anyone that puts their heart and soul into something like this, especially if it gets serialized like this, can ever be rated less than like a 10, because it's still someone pouring their heart and soul into everything. Do I recommend it? Yes. Do I recommend reading the whole thing? 100% yes. And this is why you should read Komi Can't Communicate. Let me know what you guys think. If you've read it, if you plan to read it, anything like that. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.